Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there. Got a lot of very cool, kind of unique creations to look at today. Kind of a different lineup than the normal week. Only one CV, and it's not a player CV either. So that's amazing. A lot of other things going on here though. So the very first creation I missed from last week, and my apologies again. It's a very cool creation. I recorded the video and somehow I overlooked it, and I had it in my list and everything. But this is the XII Hydra RE by Xenosch. If I said that correctly, I don't exactly know how to pronounce the name. It is Xenosch. This looks like a really cool looking miner, though. I gotta say, I did like the looks of it before too. I like the drill setup on it. The cosmetics on it look great as well. The kind of green texture lights with the darker, like dark gray body to it. I think that looks really sharp. Cool looking block work going on here too. Now you can obviously see inside of here that it does have a warp drive. I do believe right off the gates, and you can kind of see that from the back side of it as well. Really cool flare out with the this kind of triangular thin block with the texture lights on the sides too. That kind of just gives it some more things to look at. It looks like we have some landing gear on the back side of it, so you can land this vertically, which is pretty interesting idea as well. It kind of looks like all the block work is sort of designed to do that and kind of give you support there. So, but of course it does land normal as well. So either way, you want to go about that. Now, of course, it's going to have an interior on it as well. But yeah, very cool SV miner. Looks like it would, yeah, be a neat one to use. I love this cockpit area on it as well here. I got to find a way inside here. Let's take a look at the top side of this. And again, really cool look with the texture lights, and I like how these drills are mounted too. They're kind of attached to this block work here, kind of going out in various locations, and kind of doing that for all the drills around there. Plus, it does have a Gatling gun there for shooting occasional ground troops and things like that. But overall, it doesn't look like it has a whole lot of weaponry on it. Again, it's a miner though, and I wouldn't expect it. And it looks like our entry point is actually through the back here. So here, let me get out of God mode. And I don't know, it's obviously it's a pretty small creation, so I don't know if doing the whole lighty thing is going to be much of a thing here. But let me just get up in here. And please read. Press F for manual. What? F? How do you do that? Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, you look at it. Oh, and it's got a lot more text in there that you don't see. Oh, that's cool. That's a different way to go about it. So it does have like a manual in here. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty innovative. So it's purposely sets it up so you don't see any of this text on the LCD, but it is there, and that's why it says to press F, which is to access the LCD. That is cool. I won't necessarily read it, but that is very cool. I mean, I would read it if I was using it in game. Maybe this would be a good option in game here too. So other than that, you pretty much got a controller right down below, and you got your cockpit or your pilot seat. And then you kind of get into the back. Obviously, you can see the warp drive. It does look like it has one of the like a mist or smoke emitter in here as well, which are some new parts in the game. Very cool. Yeah, so just right to the point here on stylish looking miner with a warp drive, obviously. Here, let me walk back out of here a second. Very easy to actually get in and out of too. It's a pretty quick process there. It's again pretty small. So yeah, the shaping, yeah, it looks really cool as well. Definitely like that. So here, let me get back into God mode a second here, and I think I'm losing light. Oh, I don't know why it just suddenly seems darker than it was a minute ago. I had the time of day turned off. Oh, I adjusted it when I went in there. Duh. Yeah, that's cool. That's a very cool miner. It looks like we got some other features too. I see an armor locker back over here. The main core is kind of up on top. So there's a bunch of stuff in there, but Yeah, very, very cool setup. Neat, boring drill pattern here too. I do like the deco parts on the side. Well, anyway, let's look at some numbers here. Start with, it is size class 1. It looks like I don't have the thrusters on here, so let's turn that on. We do have quite a few P menu options. Stock shield does not appear to be on either. Oh, it probably doesn't have one. Probably, yeah. Looking at the CPU usage, this is a surprisingly very inexpensive creation, I do say. I think we're going to see that in the stats here in a sec. But yeah, I'm not sure what flight mode is. Maybe that would turn on the thrusters, things like that. But stat-wise, oh yeah, look at that. I mean, for 8 drill miner, it's got a detector, got your Gatling gun, obviously had a warp drive in it. 1 hour and 6 minute build time, and it's using nothing special whatsoever. That's cool. Yeah, and now we can see our stat numbers here with our motion. So 54 forward, 18 strafing, 45 lift, 45 reverse, and 9 down. Nice setup there. 4 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks. And yeah, I mean, geez, I mean, this is just an easy creation to get in game here. It's I'm sure it's not very tough, and you're going to want to be, not trying to get into trouble, but flying around getting resources are relatively early game. I mean, really quite early game here. You need a little bit of cobalt for it, but that's about it. So it is pretty inexpensive. Quick spawn time as well. Let's take a look at the storage and things on it. So we got a harvest bay at a little over 10K in storage, and other than that, ammunition 625. We got a fridge in there, and a pentaxid tank, of course, for the warp drive. So yeah, about a little over 10K storage, which is great actually. If you have too much more than that, it's gonna probably weigh it down so much that it's gonna be hard to get around and things like that on. I think the thrust can handle what's in there, which is perfect. You definitely don't want to exceed your thrust limitations with storage on a creation. People get themselves into a lot of trouble that way, and then kind of gets annoying if you go out mining and you fill up your cargo and then you suddenly can't fly back home because you're too heavy. That's always a bad thing. So yeah, I think this one deals with that great as well. Very cool creation here. So this, again, is the XII Hydra RE by Xenosch. Again, I feel like I'm saying that name wrong. I apologize for that. So the next creation here, this is also a smaller craft. This is the Locus, Locus, Reforge Eden by Garaman. And yeah, it looks like a smaller utility vehicle as well. I believe this is a SV. Pretty sure, yeah, definitely looks like a SV. I was looking, just wanted to make sure. Kind of looks like a little, yeah, it looks like a construction space vehicle, like some kind of APC or something like that right now. Looks really, really cool. And I apologize for my frame rate. It's I've got something pretty big spawned in the background, and my computer's really been struggling with this game as of late, of being very kind of choppy. And I've got my video settings turned down a lot too, which is kind of bothering me a little bit on its performance, and I'm not sure why it's so jerky. If I actually bring up FPS, it usually shows pretty good. Like I should be around 60 right now, but it just feels very chunky when I'm moving around. So that's kind of a weird thing there. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. Anyway, yeah, just looking at this thing, it looks great. It looks great. I love the styling. Obviously, this looks like it's set up to do some mining here. And I guess maybe I need to check on that, but did something change in the game where you can put these grates in front of drills? Is that a thing now? Yeah, these are industrial multi-tools. Huh, interesting. Or maybe they work through there. Because that's weird. I would first look at this and think that none of these could actually function, but from what I can tell, it kind of looks like they do. Hold on. What if I... Oh, Deactivate. Okay, let me take a... Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's new. Oh, that's cool. I like the way that's working there. So, yeah, this is like a salvager, and it can use those through these through the grates. That's got to be new. I have tried things like that before, and it would break the creation over and over again, where you could not fire these through anything. And these are the open air grates, obviously, but it looks like everything's working through there, which is that's killer. That is killer. That is something I just did not know you could you do, and well, you can. I've tried it before many times. I've tried to put weapons behind blast doors, behind like grates like that, other things, and they wouldn't work. They would say they were blocked, and then you couldn't use them. So that's cool. That is a nice discovery. Good to know that actually works. That'll allow you to do something like what Garaman did here, and kind of protect those items some. Give it a pretty good hit point block, or this block at least. These vertical, non-transparent windows here. Of course, the open air ones too, so they don't have like a piece of glass in them. There's two different versions of this piece, at least in Reforge Eden. I think there is in vanilla as well. So that part's really cool. On the back here, we got R2. We got R2 back over here. He's kind of sitting vertically with his head out there. Now every time I see something like that, it reminds me of the head of R2D2 from Star Wars, of course. And back, this looks like a part in here too. It is. That's the fridge underneath this particular block here, and it gives you access to that. That's cool. That is a pretty unique way to do it. Behind here, we've got our storage controller, or ammo controller, actually. And it kind of looks like there is no interior on here, but I am seeing a Pentaxa tank in here. Let me fly in there a little bit. Pentaxa tank, got some cargo extensions, fuel. Yeah, so the oh yeah, look at this. We got a warp. No, that's not a warp drive. That is not a warp drive. Main core. Sorry, I'm getting all in depth in here. The inside here, but we do have a Pentaxa tank, so we'll check out a shield. I don't think it has a warp drive, or I would. There's not a lot of room in here for a warp drive, so I mean, pretty small creation again. But yeah, it looks awesome. It just kind of looks like a neat looking vehicle. I love the shaping of it. Again, kind of gives me that APC kind of vibe to it. All right. Well, anyway, let's take a look at some numbers here and try to figure out what is going on here with its primary function. Well, obviously it is a salvager, so that makes a lot of sense. And it does have a weapon on there, and I bet you it has a shield too. Anyway, let's start with the stats here. Unblock level 20, size class 1. Pretty quick. Looks like it might have a pretty large cargo setup in here due to its thruster performance. 82 forward, 59 strafing, 82 lift, 82 reverse, 82 down. 7 fuel tanks, 3 oxygen tanks. Size class 1 again, 1 hour and 56 minute build time. Pretty inexpensive overall. It uses a little bit of estrum and zirconium, and obviously it's more than a core 1, so that's why it probably needs some of these small upgrade kits. Maybe, if I got that right. Yeah, so we're 25,000 CPU, uses just under that, which is not bad at all. The actual setup on its core would be 1 basic and 2 improved cores on there, plus your main core, of course. Storage wise, it is got oh yeah, see, I kind of expected a pretty big storage for harvesting, in this case, salvaging. So 32K, that's pretty significant for an SV like this, definitely. And then beyond that, you do have an ammo and cargo at 1.5K. So yeah, very, very cool setup there, and nicely labeled. So yeah, it really looks like a really nice salvager. Something like this could make you a lot of resources pretty quickly in the game, salvaging POIs or enemy OPVs or whatever you're salvaging. A great way to do it too. Using this method here, it makes salvaging go quicker and nicer, and this can hold a fair amount of cargo per run on it too before you have to dump it off. So yeah, it just looks like a great salvaging SV. Let's see, is there anything else I'm missing on here? Let me look at the main menu here. Our shield, stock shield 1370. Great option to have that on here too, in case you get shot by something unexpected or some bad guys like crawling around the POI that you're salvaging. You do have an option for your multi-tools, spotlights, laser guides, which are on right now, and a park mode, which probably is a power-saving mode there. So yeah, it's just really set up great for gameplay for its function as being a SV salvager. So again, very cool. The Locus, Reforge Eden by Garaman. Very nice. So next creation I got on here, actually in my listing, let's go this way. Let's take a look at this thing. Now this is a giant, well, pretty giant CV. I can't pronounce the native language name of it, but I translated it. It is the HAOWAN class space aircraft carrier CV by author Amur Whale, or AMUR, and then a space whale. So this is set up as a, I believe, an OPV NPC type of creation. I don't believe it's a player creation at all. And it is obviously a space aircraft carrier. And it certainly looks like that too. It looks like a lot of time and attention to detail went into this. And of course, the language on this would be definitely a foreign language to me. That's why I wanted to translate it. So look at this thing now. Wow. I like the color scheme. I like that red, the red, black, and white going on in here, and it's got some other detail things with some of the decals and like the caution color in there as well. But it is quite a massive ship here. So it looks like something that you would be attacking in game, and I'm pretty sure that's what it's for. God, it almost looks like you could mount a big thruster in there, but it's actually 4 blocks wide. That's a cool setup there on the block work as well. Everywhere you look, though, just a lot of detail going on the body, just a lot of with blocks and texture lights and deco parts and color differences and everything going on there in the shaping. Yeah, it looks really nice. Got a big creation here. This is interesting too. So I believe this is the front side of it. Oh yeah, we got our control deck over here. Multiple floors even on that. And that looks really cool, even looking at it from the outside there. Got radar, got a massive hangar door on the double hangar door on the top. Oh yeah, and beyond all that, does have a lot of asymmetrical features, especially in this back area here, which is really cool too. I noticed the offset hangar doors on one side and then kind of a big landing deck over on the other side. And check out these killer looking launcher turrets over here. Well, they're not turrets, but they certainly look like turrets. That would be so cool if it would actually work. You could put like a swivel rotating piece on there, be able to shoot those things at different angles. But anyway, that looks killer. That looks really cool. Little accents too, like the little red light in the corner over here. Just a lot of attention was put into the detail of this. Some thin block work over the parts of the hull. And yeah, looking at the back side of the ship there, yeah, you got 4 big drive thrusters. Yeah, this is neat. This is really cool. I'm pretty sure it took the author quite a long time to build this. This It's not one of those small, easy, quick projects to get out the door. Definitely like this one. Get a good look at the bottom here too. This thing is big. It is big. I think I already when I spawned it in, I did see that it was size class 28, so I kind of know that already. But yeah, just really cool. And everything's kind of different too. I was kind of wondering if it was going to have a lot of repeating patterns. In a couple places it does, but it keeps on changing it up. Like you've got this section here doing these kind of I don't know, cargo boxes or something like that on the bottom side. It looks really cool. And then it goes into like this section, which is doing this. And then it goes past that into another area, which is different again, and another area that's different again, which is really cool. It keeps it all flows together well, and it's not too repetitive that way. Some repeating qualities, which I think look great on a ship like this, like this block work on the sides here, across here, that looks great. And even these pieces over here too, this section there, I don't know, hard to explain everything that's going on here, but it certainly looks really awesome here. And it looks like you're supposed to attack this in game, so this would be a AI controlled ship here. So anyway, let me I'm gonna adjust the lights and I'm gonna get on board. I don't want to like spoil it because this isn't like a player creation. So let's try something like that with lights and see how that works out. I guess I'll just come in through the top there, and I'll try to go into God mode for a little bit. I might be, or I'm sorry, into out of God mode for a little bit, walk around, but I think I'm getting a very distorted lighting here with the time of day it is. Let's take that down a little bit more. Wow, massive place though, massive place in here. It's fully detailed on the interior too, just all kinds of different rooms and things. Wow, you know, this has got a lot of storage. Well, it looks like these they're just the storage controllers. They're not attached to like a big storage system. It looks like kind of like they're 8K, which would be just the controller itself. But again, you know, for the kind of creation that it is, there's no point on putting in like actual storage controller with, you know, 320K or whatever. It doesn't do anything for anybody. Oh yeah, look at this medical place over here. I like the LCD work too. I mean, I can't read that myself. Obviously, I know it's medical by everything else going on here, but that is that's cool. I'm trying to think on how that was actually done. I think a person might have had to draw all that out with individual lines here to create the letters, unless there's another way that I'm not familiar with. Maybe there is a set of letters that are actually like that particular language. I don't even want to speculate. I think it's Chinese, but I don't know. I'm just taking a wild guess. And over here, oh wow, I don't know. This thing kind of does look like it does have a lot of player function on here. We've got a grow plot area here, grow lights going on too. Unless it was just more stuff to fill up the space here. We've got our front launch bay here, which is here. It's so dark. I can't try to see the lights, but yeah, makes it hard to see other things too. And that's really cool too. What's going on here? And interesting with these lights going on the front there. Kind of does a lighty formation. Oh, and it's interesting too. It kind of goes down one side and then up the other side there. That's wild. So with the lights on, obviously it looks like this. So wow, massive creation here. Again, I do believe it is like an NPC ship, as in even what the name of it says it is. So it makes a lot of sense on how it's set up. Oh wow, yeah, we got like a full-blown turret on the inside. Hold on, what is that? That's a multi-turret. A multi-turret? Yeah, definitely an NPC ship. But nice lootable items here. This looks like it'd be a good capture if you could take it down. Now, it might be a pretty tough ship to take down as well. Let me go up the ladder here. And, oh yeah, just some kind of terminal up here. Oh, this is like a crane mechanism. This is cool. Alright, here I'm going to get in God mode because that's going to take a long time to walk around that way. Over here we got a production area of the ship. Again, very, very nicely detailed. Yeah, looks great. Looks great. Love the styling of it. And I know there's stuff upstairs too. I was looking for like a way to go up top, and it looks like there is. I'm not seeing necessarily elevators in here, but I'm seeing some pretty intricate staircases here, which God, just look at just these random side rooms too, how detailed they are. Yeah, very, very nice work on this. Let's kind of follow the stairs up. I know I'm not in God mode, but or I am in God mode. It just takes a long time to walk that way. I don't know if I should be going this way or not, but it looks like we're going down a very long hallway, and it goes yeah, to the front area. Oh, there is an elevator up there. What is going on here? Let me try the light thing again. Again, if there's a bunch of lights on here, it'll look a lot more interesting with the lights on there. I'll get out of God mode. Wow, this thing is quite the ship to explore. I'm not seeing spawners in here, so it doesn't necessarily look like there's going to be like AI bad guys walking around. Does that go somewhere else too? Oh, I go. Okay, that'll get back down to the hangar. We got a blast door section over here. Oh, looks like they auto open. Yeah. I don't know. Killer looking ship here. I'll get back into God mode so we can get around here a little bit quicker. So much to see, and I'm lost. So I went up into this area. It does actually hold a Pentaxia tank in here. And we got a glassed area with a shield. So kind of set up a lot like a player ship would be in some of these regards. Let me get around a little bit more. Oh yeah, it looks really cool at night too. I didn't even notice all the blinky lights going on here across the flight deck. That's cool. I did want to check out this bridge area here too. Let's I don't know if there's a way directly into there or not, but let's get in here. Yeah, looks like there's an elevator that would get us down from I'm sure other sections of the ship. Yeah, I hope to see this one in game. This would be a really cool one to have in there to shoot it up and go through it and loot it and things like that. Looks like it's extensive. It's very detailed. You got a medical bay over here in the bridge section, and it really does look like I mean, a lot of regards that like it could be a player ship as well. It does, you know, obviously with the being a carrier, it's got a lot of room to dock stuff on. Plus other utility production areas and farming area and a bridge and you know all the kinds of stuff you'd really want to see on a ship here. Really cool looking LCD work here as well. I like the angled LCDs over the front. Just a lot of different information. Kind of looks like, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm reading here, but that is just a lot of time and attention to detail went into this. And let's go up. Is that a quick way in and out? No, it's not. Not sure where that went. Oh, that gets up into this top. Oh, this is actually where well, the NPC pilot seats are, I do believe. Or is that a legit pilot seat? Oh, it is. These are legit pilot seats. Okay. And it actually does, it is controllable. Interesting. And we got way in right off the top here by this back landing pad. Oh, this, I wouldn't say back landing pad. Centralized landing pad. Wow. Oh, that's a killer creation. I could spend a lot more time checking this out. Again, but I do believe it is a non-player ship. Killer though. Awesome work on that. Definitely a lot of kudos to the author that put this together and fully finished this thing off too. It just looks awesome. Huge amount of attention to detail again. So as in the specs and stuff, I don't think those are going to jive with anything because again, it's not the kind of creation for that. So I'll look at them though. I want to see just kind of what's going on. Obviously, it's a big ship, size class 28. It does move all right as well. 34 forward, 14 strafing, 34 lift, 17 reverse, 19 down. A lot of weaponry on here. Kind of looks like it's set up with your stock weaponry. So it's not trying to use anything that would be illegal or anything like that for this kind of creation. Also, none of the weaponry looks like it needs Reforge Eden. So I have a feeling this is a more of a vanilla creation here. And CPU, yeah, it doesn't really care about CPU. It's not a thing for it here. But hold on, I'm just curious. Core Systems 8. So it does actually have a loadout of a basic, 2 improved, and 4 advanced CPU cores in there. So quite a bit of loot there as well. And storage, I don't think this is going to be... Oh, by the way, one last thing too. If you do sub this and you are trying to find it, the name's kind of irrelevant. I had a little bit of problems with that. But if you, this is kind of what it's called in game. It versus the actual name, which is in a different language. So I had a little bit of trouble finding this, and it actually, right in the name even here, it does say NPC as well. So yeah, with all these controllers, I expect them to just all be 8Ks. So I don't think any of these are built out controller setups. Again, there's no point in it for the kind of creation that it is. So a lot of controllers, but not with none of them really have cargo extensions attached to them. But again, it would be pointless for this kind of creation to do that. So yeah, again, very, very cool creation. The HAOWAN or Hawan class space aircraft carrier by Amor Whale. Very, very, very cool creation. Kudos for the time and attention to detail and finishing off such a massive project as well at a high level of detail again. All right, so we're going to get back to some smaller things here. The next one here is the... No, we're not. Next thing we got here. Now, okay, this is a construction set. This is the Abseminal ground construction set by Don 2K7. Now, Don has 3 or 4, I think it was actually 4 different types of construction sets that must have just recently released. This is just one of them. So you'll see more on the workshop right now, but these are, essentially if you're going to be building POIs in-game, these are parts all designed to kind of fit together to build custom POIs, large-scale POIs, all kinds of different parts. I've showed other creations like this in the past by the same author and a couple other authors as well. And it's really, really cool. It, you know, if you're trying to build like POIs for a game, you can use this set. You get all these pieces. You can kind of copy and paste and assemble into whatever you want to make out of it. You know, however big it's going to be, and you've got a lot of options of different parts. It's kind of like building like a Skyrim dungeon. They got the same kind of parts in their own Skyrim kind of way. And just a lot of stuff built out here, like these different towers around the area. You know, some with guns and some with antennas and all kinds of stuff. But a lot of different variants. They all look good though. Look at this. I mean, even this. I don't know what's going on here, but it really looks cool. And same thing with the one next to it, the floating ball here, and this really curvy setup going on there. Yeah, the whole thing looks really, really nice. I like the color scheme to it as well. Kind of the gray, the dark like navy blue, some blue texture lights, occasional other accents here and there. And let's float around on some of these. So obviously when you put these things together, you can make these corridors by attaching all these different various parts together. And these are, again, all different. So you could use like a couple of these and a couple of the other ones and the corner pieces and build, you know, massive buildings out of it, or complex, sprawling POIs, basically. Just kind of trying to, oh yeah, this is like an outer wall section over here. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, more of like a fort complex here. So this would be what your wall looks like. And some of these wall pieces obviously have turrets on them for defense. And then a lot of this like industrial looking parts over here. And again, this is just one of several that the author has put out this week. So I usually just pick one creation per author per week. So I don't try to, like, you know, fixate on one specific author. But yeah, Don 2K7 has been doing a lot of work building all these out. So there could be a lot more content in the game. People putting these together and making all kinds of new POIs out of it. And, you know, almost unlimited ways you can put all this together to create stuff too. And it even has an instruction manual, it looks like, over here. So yeah, in creative mode, yeah, you need the end menu. Let me just take a look at that real quick too. So let's get in here. Yeah, and I kind of expected this. So it's got all these parts laid out here. If we show this blueprint, basically it allows you to copy these, and they're all kind of like, essentially like selected already. And then it will actually give you like your different part names here. Like this is part 26. And they're all, you can kind of copy these and set these around however you want them. It's still, you know, you got to spend a little bit of time with it in creative mode, but it's really, really cool, and you can get a lot done here. And the game kind of, it does this part pretty nicely, by the way it's set up. If you ever used like copying and pasting and setting, you can name areas that you select and call them different parts. For some reason, though, it doesn't seem like, at least how I'm looking at it right now, that these are lining up very good with the actual stuff here. So I don't know if that's just a weird glitch I'm seeing. Now, some of these look like they're perfectly set up, or maybe it's just overlapping and I'm getting a little bit confused there. But essentially in the end menu, I should be able to take like something like this and go and set selection to BP part, and then I can say I want to copy that, and then we'll paste it, and then I'm not sure which one I copied, but here's like a part over here, and then I could paste this where I want it, and basically you kind of construct a whole another creation out of it. And a lot of times it's done too, where you lay down like a separate like base core in this case, and you would after I copied this, I would remove the selection box and then I would paste it to another creation entirely. That's kind of how it works there. But yeah, really, really cool. I love to see this kind of thing. I like to see the people putting all the time and effort into setting up these POI sets and things like that. Don 2K7 has done a lot of that. This is not his first or hopefully not his last wave of these either, but a bunch of different POI building sets that he has made now. And if you look at the workshop right now, you'll see several new ones that he just released, and this is just one of them. And they're all very cool. So again, no point on again really looking at the stats on this. It's not that kind of thing. But yeah, again, awesome work. The I don't know why I'm saying this word wrong. I've said it so many times in the past. Abdominal ground construction set by Don 2K7. Very, very nice. Very nice. All right, so now we're going to get back into some other smaller creations here of various different types and functions. And sorry about the jittery screen. My goodness, I am just so choppy right now, flying around here. So this is the katana for Reforge Eden by Mubear. And yeah, this looks really cool. This is an SV, again, really detailed SV. I love the color scheme again, kind of a lighter gray and medium gray with some kind of yellow accents on it. Yeah, it definitely looks like a nice paint job, very detailed. Again, with all its parts and thruster arrangements, and really cool block work on here. Yeah, I like this the separate kind of thruster assembly. You can kind of see it attaching to the main hull with this kind of support beam there. Now this very well could be a replica, but I don't know for sure. I really don't know at the time. It looks really awesome though. Very detailed. I like the smooth look to it, and the block work looks really stellar too. I like this. This is a pretty interesting setup going on here. You actually have some of these turrets kind of placed in front of of your reverse thrusters, kind of on its own I don't know, a framework there. That's wild. And it looks like let's see if we got, is that a real long range radar there? It is, real long range radar back over there. And typically too, if most of these videos I like to show in Reforge Eden, because vanilla creations will load into Reforge Eden and display properly, but it doesn't work the other way around. Like if I was showing these in vanilla, a lot of the parts would be stripped off some of these creations, especially if they're for Reforge Eden. And yeah, it's kind of why I do it that way. On some videos, it depends on it. If they were really like down to the wire on CPU and everything, where it really matters a lot, I try to make exceptions sometimes for that. But I usually try to show all these in one video, and that's why I show them in Reforge Eden most all the time. So, sometimes, so I'll just kind of do something a little bit different and have like some in vanilla and some in Reforge Eden. It depends. But yeah, very cool looking SV here. I was kind of wondering, I was looking around to see if it had some kind of interior to it, but I don't think it does. Let me just fly in here a little bit. No, that's okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. No interior on this. So let's take a look at some specs here and see what's going on with this. I am quite curious. So we are unlocked level 20, size class 2, does 81 forward, 43 strafing, 73 lift, 73 reverse, 43 down. I've got 9 fuel tanks, 4 oxygen tanks. Yeah, pretty decent barrage of weapons. Quite a few minigun turrets, a detector on there, as well as the long-range radar. 4 Gatling cannons and 4 laser cannons. In fact, hey, I don't. Yeah. So you got your fixed weapons, and then you've got your general defense minigun turrets on there. For our 42-minute build time, a little bit of Estrum and Zacosium. Not too bad at all. Right around that 60,000 for CPU, which I do believe is going to translate to a Core 9 Reforge Eden build, and that's also what it is. Your 5 advanced CPU cores, 1 basic and 2 improves. Storage-wise, let's see, we've got 2 ammo controllers. Looks like one's at 6K, the other's at 4750, so quite a bit of ammo. And then another controller in there at 3000. So yeah, basically it's definitely revolving around being a fighter, of course. Certainly looks like that too. Shield, its stock shield on here is 4070. Not too bad at all. Doesn't appear to have any P menu options in the mix there. But yeah, really cool looking SV. It's quite agile too. You got a lot of like regular drone defense turrets and things around, plus quite a lot of fixed weapons to take out POIs and things like that. Plus you're running a decent shield. One last thing I just wanted to see in here, if it had a let me compress this real quick here. Warp. Okay, does not look like it has a warp drive. It has a pentaxid tank, but it is not a warping ship here. It's probably because, yeah, it's hard to afford all that at a Core 9 setup with that many guns and other things going on, and the shield, of course, as well. And the shield is above stock too, so I do believe it's using some additional shield parts like these that you see inside here. So yeah, again, very, very cool looking ship. The Katana for Reforge Eden by Mubear. Very, very nice. So the next one, I'm a sucker for these vehicles that people make like super detailed various like HV vehicles, and this one I caught my eye here. Thought it looked really cool. This is the Ruff Nick MK1 by Bear the Merc, which is this is unfamiliar author, I believe. I don't think that name popped up before, but yeah, I think this looks really, really cool. Love the tires, using the new blocks and the way the rims were done on the inside of the tires as well. They're like the right size and width and everything for the size vehicle this is, and it certainly looks the part here. It's like a I don't know, construction vehicle sort of, but it's actually equipped with a bunch of drilling and things like that, which is pretty neat. This is actually like real turrets here. So this is I would definitely say this is actually a legit miner. Pretty interesting here with the this mechanism on the side here, kind of like a stabilizer, like you'd see a crane or something that would do something like this to help stabilize it when it's parked and operating. And but in this case, it looks like that, but it's actually landing gear. And then there's no actual ladders for like SVs or HVs in the small block form. The author created a ladder out of thin blocks there, which is really nice accent and detail there. Got a pretty cool looking cab area here too, with a split window set up. You got your front grille over here, big kind of bulky bumper set up there. I love the wheel wells. You can actually see some block work behind the wheels too, like your drive shafts and things like that. And then, of course, I think its main feature here would be obviously the mining drills here on the back side of this. So it's basically you pull over a deposit. You in the P menu you can go in these, and then you can start mining like straight down. Alternative way to do mining, and allows you to stay on the surface and not be stuck in a hole or anything like that. So a different take on a miner. I've built a miner that operates this way before too. It's definitely a different way to go about it, and it is effective. It does work. It does work. So rather than flying around, you just kind of operate the mining drill and kind of move the vehicle occasionally if you need to. Usually, if you pull over a deposit and it's down far enough, you should have a pretty good range of drilling pretty much that whole deposit from the gun or the mining drill parked that way. Let's get on board here a second too. I'm gonna do the lighty thing here. I know it's a really small interior, but I just want to see. It does look like we have a light up there, but it doesn't appear it wants to turn on right now. Let me see if there's turn on some features here a second. And obviously quite a few P menu options there. Just want to say, okay, let's hit this switch. What does that do? Oh, there's our lights. Okay. I see the light right up there. It just wasn't on. So yeah, inside this is cool too. It's got you got your driver's seat and passenger seats over on the other side here. Pretty wide body truck, and then you got your back cab area with a lot of utility function in here. And we got another switch too. Let me hit that switch. I'm just turning everything on so we don't miss it, or try not to miss it. We got our O2, a couple fridges, food processor, a couple cargo boxes, constructor, another cargo box there. I like the asymmetrical setup on it too. Obviously, you only have a door coming in one side of this. Do have an armor locker back there as well. And let me hit this. Not sure what I just did there. Behind here, oh look at this, we got a trauma station as well. That's another door there. Oh, and the main core right down over in that section. Yeah, really nice layout here on the interior, the way this is set up. And I like this thin block wall here, kind of sectioning this area off from the front as well. Yeah, very nice creation. Actually, it looks like, at first I thought this was, obviously really kind of built for a lot of visual appearance here. But beyond that, it actually kind of looks right now like it would actually function pretty good. Well, I guess that's going to depend a little bit on the stats here, but let's take a look at those. So we're size class 3. Let me make sure we don't have thrusters on right now. Okay, so let's get back to there. All right, size class 3, 25 forward, 12 strafing, 3. Well, this is a HV. Yeah, so it's weird that it says it's got 3 lift. I don't believe it necessarily, but maybe we'll look and see if it does have any lift thrusters on it. You basically don't need lift thrusters on HV is the whole point. 12 reverse and 12 strafing. I think we said that already. 23 fuel tanks, 4 oxygen tanks, so it can go a long time on fill up as well. You got 4 retractable minigun turrets, a detector, and 2 of the drill turrets. 3 hour and 8 minute build time. Not too pricey on anything. It uses a little bit of a few different things here, but pretty small quantities of all of that. And then your base materials are really easy to acquire in game. CPU wise, balanced there pretty good too. It's set up for 33,000 CPU, using just under that by 1, and that would translate to, in Reforge Eden here, 1 basic, 2 improved, and 2 advanced CPU cores. And we do have a shield on here as well, 2860 with our stock shield. And obviously, I think we already seen the P menu options, quite a lot of them, for spotlights and some power management and whatnot. Mining lights, mining turrets. So yeah, if you turn a lot of this stuff off, you'll save power, so you can just kind of cruise around, turn it on when you get there, so you're not blowing through fuel for no particular reason. Storage-wise, curious on this one here. So we've got constructor input and output, fridge input and output. And these are, we got our regular storage at 15K. Medical supplies, ammo at 10. Wow, ammo at 10K. Quite a lot of ammo storage on here as well. And then our harvest box, left and right, I believe, at 12K a piece. So quite a lot of storage on here. Some extra storage, involved with like your 15K normal storage, plus your ammo box is actually quite large as well on here. So yeah, a lot of storage room and things like that. So yeah, this looks awesome. Love the front headlights there too. That kind of certainly looks like a kind of a modern day truck front. Very nice creation. So this is the Ruff Nick MK1 by Bear the Merc. Very cool. All right, so here I'm gonna get a little bit more light on here. So this particular author, now this isn't the kind of thing I'd normally show, but the author built, I don't know how many, but I would guess somewhere around 30 different like tank replicas of various origins, all kinds of them, different nationalities and all kinds of stuff. I just picked one of them. So this is the Sherman M4 Dozer by author Iron Hand. So Iron Hand has made just a bunch of these. There's literally on new releases in the workshop, if you go down there, you'll see a couple pages of different model tanks. And again, I just randomly kind of picked one of them. So this would be kind of based on a kind of a World War II Sherman U.S. tank that was outfitted with a like a dozer front end on it for clearing paths and things like that. And yeah, these are all, very detailed for the blockwork and the shape of the actual real creations. Now these are, I believe, are just for show and not a functional creation in game. But yeah, I just thought I would point this out as they look really cool. The blockwork, I think, is done really well. I like what the author did, building the tracks and things on a lot of these, and you can kind of see the detail with all the different the wheels that would make those tracks work, and the detail with even like this plow up here. And yeah, very cool. Just wanted to take a look at some of these. And as in like interior, I kind of checked this out already. They are vacant on the inside. So, I mean, if there's any of these you like and you wanted to turn it into a working creation in game, I mean, there's a lot of options, a whole lot of different tanks, again, from all kinds of different nationalities around the world to pick from. The author just made just a whole catalog of them. And I just seen that. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's something you don't see very much, is stuff like this. And this is, yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. Please check that out as well. And if you go up to the workshop at this point in time, at least at time of recording this video, you'll see in new releases a couple pages and like just a couple pages of different model tanks, and they're all very, very nicely done. All kinds of different tanks. Why I picked this one, I don't know. There's a lot of options there, but I just wanted to see how this would look, and it, yeah, close up. I think it looks really cool. The block work looks super detailed with this, like this front plow and the whole setup on here, and it's very accurate to the shape of the real tank. You know, the best you can do with voxel blocks, you know, and things like that. So yeah, please check that out. Little other things too, like what the author did to make these like machine gun up like a gunner position. You can even see it's got the like the hatch over here, and the person would sit there and shoot things. So very, very cool. So again, this is the Sherman M4 Dozer by Iron Hand. Very cool stuff there. All right, so in the last creation today, I know a lot of these are smaller today, except for, well, obviously the giant ship over there. This one looks pretty neat, too. This is the, if I can say this correctly, it is the Galago, Galago, Battle Prod RE by XII. And this, it looks like a let me just make, yeah, we got a HV combat tank here, and really cool and interesting looking design, very detailed as well. Interesting hover engine setup here. It looks like it uses a lot of hover engines, kind of wrapped along the angled back of the creation. We've got some shield parts chilling out over here too, as almost a decorative item on here on the exterior. I don't believe this has any interior at all, but kind of set up for defensive, so the pilot would sit kind of recessed back from the front weapons. And let me just make sure I'm looking at these correctly here. Oh wow, we got flamethrowers. I was wondering what those were. Yeah, so it's got flamethrowers on here, a couple minigun or Gatling guns, I should say, rail guns. Then we also got laser cannons, some retractable minigun turrets. We got a rocket retractable turret on the back. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Right up here. Oh, we got Wi-Fi. That's the Wi-Fi connection. Oh, we got a lower turret down over here. That's sneaky. So yeah, another rocket turret on the bottom area of it. Yeah, just a cool looking tank. Again, I don't see a lot of HV tanks being built, and this one looks like a pretty nice one. Actually, it looks interesting. I got to check out the shield and the specs on it and things like that. Let me get it off the ground a little bit. I just want to take a look at the underside a little bit more here. Oh yeah, so we got a lot of these hover boosters down there. So it's kind of a leaper, I would say. I have yet to figure out how these things work, though. That's why I never put them on creations, because I've never got the hover to work. I kept on saying, it was like, hey, press this one key, and then it never does anything. So I haven't quite figured these out. I'm sure it does work, though, and that would be a lot of boost there, which could be kind of really cool. And I forgive me that that's kind of why I haven't put these on a lot of creations, especially recently. I think I put some on some older creations, but I never got them to work. But that's nice. Yeah, certainly looks like a fun tank here. I'm curious. It doesn't look like it's going to break the bank necessarily, but we'll see. Let's take a look at some numbers here. Unlock level 20, size class 1, 27 forward, 25 strafing. And this is part of that boost. Okay, so that's probably what I've seen on the other creation too, is it probably had one of those in there that gives it kind of like, looks like it's lift thrust. It's not though. 163 with that because there's a lot of them on there. 27 reverse. 6 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks, 2 heavy flamethrowers, 2 retractable missile turrets, 2 Gatling guns, 2 retractable minigun turrets, 2 laser guns, railgun, and detector. 2 hour and 51 minute build time. It's actually, it's pretty inexpensive really for a tank. I'm curious on its shield and things like that yet too. So CPU wise, that's also not maxing it out. So it's using 38,413 CPU, and the setup on it would be 1 basic, 2 improved, and 3 advanced CPU cores in Reforge Eden. And let's see here. We've got a right and left ammo box. It looks at both are at 43.91, and other than that, we've got like fridges and a Pentaxin tank. Speaking of that, what we got going on here with our main specs here? So we got 2110 on shield, and yeah, I think that's about it. Let's P menu options. Do have some P menu options for the turretry, weaponry, RCS, and the hover engines as well. So you got some options there as well. Yeah, it looks like a really neat tank there. Of course, you got your spotlights you can turn on as well if you're trying to see in the dark. And we obviously additional shield beyond the base shield here with extra parts. And it's just not trying to break the bank with cost. It's not even using the full like Core 9 setup here. So yeah, looks like a nice usable tank. Pretty inexpensive to get in for the type of creation it is, and looks like it would work. Very stylish looking too. Other than that, that is all the creations today. Interesting lineup on the workshop. It looked quite a bit different than the normal weeks of just seeing what's out there, and I kind of went in, and I definitely wanted to look at this miner again that I totally missed last week, and that was my fault there. Very cool miner, very cool NPC ship over here. All the stuff is actually really, really cool. The construction set, the this other type of miner, super stylish. Love the SV over there, and the whole tank series, and well, the replica like tank series, and then like a game tank over here too. So yeah, awesome work everyone. And other than that, you all have yourself a great weekend, and I will talk to you later.